It's Monday, December 26th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today on the daily chart we end up with a 2-up green bar, took out the high of the previous day, held above the midpoint of the previous day, and all it really did was kind of fulfill this inside bar's objective when we went up there on Friday, and then the target would be this high right here, and we kind of got there in compound fashion. So this sets up an interesting scenario that where we either continue higher or we fail up in here and then come back. This is a big 3 bar. So once we had the inside bar, the actionable signal was to the upside. So the last 2 days, you could have traded higher given the price action. And if we look at the 15-minute chart today, it was pretty clear that we broke above the pre-market highs right out of the gates, followed through, kind of had a pause, and then just followed up all day long. So this, there was no reason to do anything but be on the long side, whether you pick the indexes or some individual stocks that were looking good. And now we get a reference point. If I take the purple line here, we have the open of the week, which is the open of today. As long as we stay above there, we continue higher. We'll see if we stay above the midpoint of today and follow through, or if we have some kind of opening price action below the pre-market lows, and that opens up weak and gets us a 2 down day or goes below the open, then all of a sudden we could be failing. We could be coming back. We took out the high this week, which you kind of see a green bar. You expect that. We did that on day one. If we come down through the open and follow through a little bit, we can get to the halfway point of that weekly bar, which can set up an outside bar to the downside, very similar to this bar on a daily chart, but more on the weekly chart. If you group all these 5 days together and we fail and we come back through the middle of the range, then we can be making, again, higher highs in here. And if we fail, then lower lows down in this area. However, we still on the monthly chart have 40 points or so to go to the upside to reach our monthly target. So the buys are still to the upside, and we just got to go day by day now. So we have a good reference point, the open of today. As long as we stay above there, we consider everything green and we look for buying opportunities. And it all, is relative to if we stay above the midpoint of today and head higher and everything else for the rest of the week. Or if we have some continuation, maybe we have to take out some short-term stops on the downside before resuming higher. But price action will lead the way for all of that. But for today, there was no, it was just a breakout day and a move up all day long. So, again, tomorrow, if we head up a little bit, maybe we have to come down, take out some stops. As long as we hold the midpoint of this bar, we can then continue higher. So you just got to kind of judge what price action does tomorrow. And again, it could fail. I mean, there's no doubt this 3 bar here was a good sign that, once we got up here and broadened out higher, we went lower. Now we try up again, and this could be an area again where you fail and start to, start all of a sudden setting up a megaphone, higher highs and lower lows. And eventually, as discussed, we do have all these weeks in a row up. There should be some kind of a red week or a pause week in here. There's a gap. If we get that, reversal, there's a gap to fill down here. So, again, while the trend's up and the bias is up, there's still going to be opportunities, I think, on the sell side when price action leads the way for that, and we kind of know what to look for. But today, we got a continuation to the upside, not that much follow through, reach the target, so it'll be kind of important for tomorrow. Do we continue, or is it a possible area to fail temporarily? So we'll see what happens.